Okay, finally the fun stuff. Let's create the Facebook ad that's finally going to generate these leads. You're going to go into your Facebook ads account. You're going to click the big green button, create ad. I'm going to assume that if you've gotten this far, you probably have used Facebook ads in the past. So I'm going to go a little fast on the beginning here and get to the nitty gritty of creating the ad. So here we go. I'm at the part where we choose the objective, and what I'm going to choose is lead generation down here in the bottom section. And what these lead generation ads are, if you haven't seen them, it's where you click in your stream and then a form pops up and your information is pre-filled in there. And that's one of the reasons why this funnel is so powerful. GrowthX real estate demo. Just name your campaign whatever you want. The reason it's so powerful is because you're getting accurate contact info, and you know that according to Facebook, everybody coming into your fold is a homeowner. So it doesn't matter that you're offering a list of foreclosures or fixers. Really what matters is that you're implementing a process that will get you in the conversations with homeowners long term. So I'm going to choose one of my fan pages here from the drop down. I happen to have many that I manage. You're probably going to only have a few there. Choose the one you created for this funnel in the previous video. Next I'm going to choose my area. I like to work here in St. Pete, Florida. Okay, I'm going to keep it right in my current city. You use judgment there whether you want to target nearby. Just another tip for location. You can pick people who are traveling in the area, but that's not really going to get you local homeowners who might list with you someday. You might want to use that if you want to get quick sales from people who might want to invest visiting your town. But I'm going to focus on people who live in this location because I'm building this funnel for the long term. I want buyer and seller leads. Next, I'm going to go down here, and in the detailed targeting, I'm going to pick homeowners. Okay, and I'm not really going to worry about the age, the gender. Generally, if somebody's a homeowner, they're a good fit. Sometimes I have found that on these fixer-upper type investment type offers, just because of a lot of times men will respond to these a little bit more because, you know, they tend to be, I'm not being sexist, they tend to be the provider. They think about money a little more. Maybe I'm painting myself into a box here saying that I'm going to get in trouble, but I'm just, I know from a lot of data that men do reply to this ad a little more than women in general. So if you want a cheaper cost per lead overall, you would target just men, but I like to target everybody and be inclusive. So we target homeowners. We can also narrow the audience if we want to people who are likely to move, right here, likely to move, or to people who have length of ownership over 6 years in their house. So that might mean they might be closer to the itch cycle where they might want to sell. That's up to you, but I like to leave it at just homeowners. You set your daily budget. Now, a budget under $10 a day isn't really going to be good, and I like to recommend 20 or even 50 a day when you start something like this for testing purposes. Facebook seems to like bigger budgets for these lead ads, and you really just want to get the data and know if it's going to work. You know, quick. You want that instant gratification. If you set your budget in the beginning to $2, $3, $5 a day, it's going to be slow going until you start getting a lead. So I recommend set it high. You can always turn it off and on, tweak it later, but you want to find out how it's going to work. Set it to at least 20 a day. And then leave all this stuff the same down here. And then we're going to click continue. It's not showing up in my screen. There it is. Next, we're going to pick our image. Now, in the last video, of course, we created a fixer-upper image for the purposes of this ad. Right here. You can just download it. You know, you probably downloaded it in the last video. Just go ahead and grab it, put it on your hard drive, and then upload it here to the Facebook ad platform. Right there. And then what we're going to type is, for the text, we'll do St. Pete. You do whatever area. Real estate deals. Get a free weekly list of foreclosures, fixers, motivated sellers, and other, sorry about the phone, and other nearby opportunities. For the headline, type in your area, St. Pete real estate deals. See the list now, or you can leave it like this and do see the list now in a separate window. Now, I've run this ad or some variation of it probably a few hundred times, and it usually works no matter what you type as long as you get the message right, but you can play around with the headline. Make sure you have somewhere it says see the list now for instant gratification, and it seems to work about the same. I'm actually not remembering. I think it might work slightly better if you have see the list now up here in the headline. St. Pete Real Estate Fixer, St. Pete Fixer Uppers, and foreclosure. So as you write your ad, just keep in mind, it's kind of like this is the big headline. This black bold is kind of what the eye goes to first. The eye actually goes to the image where it says Fixer Upper, and then they're going to read see the list now right here. And the rest of this is kind of filler. Again, we named our fan page to be a little bit pattern interrupting and interesting, or at least we didn't put our name in it so they think that a real estate agent is going to stalk them. So the whole thing here, every word in this whole ad is designed to engage people and get them to come in. I have a typo. Engage them, get them to come in, but more importantly, not to scare them away. Okay, so that's that. Our ad is looking good. Next, we're going to create our form for the opt-in. And now watch what we do. We go down here where it says lead form. You may find that you're required, there's a little tip, I'm glad I'm not forgetting this, you may find that you're required to authorize your new fan page for lead ads. And it's not going to show here on my screen, but there'll be a little kind of pop-up or a button where you have to authorize the page. There's like a disclosure, and you say that you're okay with the disclosure in order to do lead ads. So if you don't see this lead form box, that's probably what's going on. Authorize it, and then I'm going to click new form. I'll name it up here. This is just for so I can remember what it is. You name it whatever you want. I've been leaving off the welcome screen. Now you can use the welcome screen to reiterate what people are going to get. So it seems to work okay either way. I'll go ahead in the headline here and say, see the list now. You'll instantly be taken to the current list of St. Pete real estate deals. This is kind of like a splash page. And depending how good you are at writing the copy and moving people along, this can help increase conversions. But to be on the safe side, a lot of times I'll leave it off and send people straight to the form. You notice you can toggle that right here. So totally up to you. Just keep it simple. If you do it, see the list now, you'll instantly be taken, and then button see the list now. A lot of times you can use this to explain to them why they're going to want to give their info on the next screen. But what I found is that a lot of people will just submit it really quickly without even realizing they're submitting their info, which can be good or bad. In this case, it's good. We'll next go to the questions. And watch this closely. I just realized this is new and exciting. They are now letting you put a headline, or maybe I haven't seen it before. And in the headline, let's just say, submit, where would you like us to send the list? This is complicating things for me a little bit because I've never done this before, but you can play with the headline here. Enter your info so we can send updates. Give them a reason why. And then right here where it says more options, I like to make it go in order. So just a little trick. Uncheck everything and then go first name, last name, email, phone, and then go for the street address, city, state, zip. And believe it or not, people will submit this whole form a lot of time with all that info. And affordably, you can expect your leads to be somewhere between $3 and maybe $8 or $9 a piece here to get all this full info about a local contact. And we're going to be using this info to trigger automatic texts, automatic postcards in the mail, and a lot of other fun stuff. So go ahead and check those all off. Next, go down to the privacy policy page, and you're going to want to link to the privacy page on your website or wherever you're taking people. If you're using the Propertunity Knox site, the link that we generate, just go to propertunityknox.com/privacy, and that'll give you your URL. And then finally, the thank you screen is the link to your properties where they're going to go and see them. So I've got my link popped in. I'm going to hit save, finish, and I am good to go. This ad right here if you've done it correctly, you followed all of the steps step by step, again, should generate you an opt-in with all the contact info for between, I've seen it as low as $1 or something still, but usually between $3, $4, $5 up into the $10, $8 or $9 range, depending on where you are in the country. So, and it's really powerful, of course, because you're getting an accurate cell number for the auto texting, and you're getting their real address so you can send them a postcard in the mail. So once that's done, we can go ahead and certify compliance. A lot of times if you mention real estate at all, you'll click this little certify button, and then we'll confirm to make our ad live. And that's it, how to run your Facebook ad for this funnel. And if you need any help, feel free to reach out. Again, I'll remind you, we are willing to do all of this for you. Just head on over to ppcdirector.com if you want me and my team to bust out this funnel for you and to manage it on an ongoing basis.